What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys. Today I have a review to Transformers Legacy United Infernac Universe Magneous. That's right, my zillions. We've got another interesting looking Transformers tribute to both Inhumanoids and Rock Lords, all rolled into one for their armorizers for this line. You see, you could do stuff like that with these guys. Take them apart, make them into weapons and armor, and that's pretty cool. But I really was more interested in this in the tribute aspect to it because I was a big Rock Lords fan as a kid. Inhumanoids I thought was cool, but I didn't have anything from Inhumanoids. But Inhumanoids like really did cross over with Transformers in like Headmasters, I believe. Should have looked that up between two reviews. Maybe I have. Maybe I have already. We'll see. We'll see as the review goes on. But I thought these guys were interesting, but I almost forgot about them, to tell you the truth. And I haven't seen any of these in store. But I thought of them when I saw like somebody like doing just like a quick transformation of it on Instagram. I can't even remember who it was, to tell you the truth. Of this guy, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot all about these. And then I just looked on Amazon, they were both available, and I was just like, I'm gonna jump on these right now, because I do want to check them out for what they are. Less so of the armorizing stuff, and more so of the looks and the nostalgia of combining like a Rock Lords and Humanoids type thing into Transformers. So it's kind of a cool crossover for me personally, and nostalgic at that. So this is a nice box, by the way, with some really nice art. So without further ado, let's get to this review. And here is Magneous out of the package. It's kind of blending in the background of Mechagodzilla's there, because he's a great dude, and he's a great rock dude. And this guy really feels like a Rock Lord, like a classic shaped Rock Lord. He's like kind of short and stubby here. He's he's got an axe. He's kind of like a dwarf. Very, very, very medieval looking, or fantasy looking, I should say, not medieval, fantasy looking. I don't know. I like him. He is cool. Really, really cool. Like, I don't know. There's something about these guys. I mean, okay, I was a big fan of Rock Lords when I was a kid. I don't know how many I had. I remember one for sure, and that was Boulder? Is his name Boulder? The leader guy. Like, I had him for sure. I cannot recall anything else. But I had him, and I really liked him. And I'm really liking this guy. This is really, really, really nice. A very, very cool figure. Let's start out with the head sculpt, because it is fantastic. Like, beautiful looking. I love the matte looking black mask. It is awesome face mask. Really nice. Couple that with the yellow eyes, man, that is cool. Got a little bit of overspray on that one, but I cannot see it in regular light. I think they're actually gold eyes, actually, now that I'm looking at it past the camera. It looks more yellow in the camera, but when I look at it in real life, it looks gold. I'm going to say it's gold. I like how his little crown here thing is like asymmetrical. That looks fantastic. And it has a classic, like, Decepticon look to it, too. This crest over here. Really, really nice looking. Like, excellent head sculpt. I love it. The back is not much to look at. It gets, like, you know, very flat there. But the front and the sides, yeah, that is a fantastic head sculpt. Moving on down, you got some nice sculpt on his shoulders here. On his traps, actually. Not so bad. But then you get into the chest here, and that is beautiful. Look at the texture on this. I love it. I love how the wheels look underneath here. That is very cool looking and very different, I think, than a lot of Transformers. That is awesome. The belly here looks pretty decent. The Krajiji section looks really good in this like darker gray. Like I like that there's a lot of shades of gray here. The shoulders here have these little things that jutting out here, but it doesn't bother me. It kind of works within. Shoulders itself look pretty good. On the sides, you got more rocky stuff. You get some diecast content there. Arms look pretty decent overall. On the inside, yeah, you're not getting that much, except nice diecast content there. Let's look at this right now. This is his weapon, and it's kind of like an axe, more like a pickaxe, I guess. It's pretty cool. It's got a little notch on there. So you can take this off of here, and you can not put it on his back. I thought you could have put it on his back. That would have made sense. But this guy doesn't have it. He doesn't have a lot of holes, mostly because I guess he comes off for other folks. You could probably, could you put this way? I don't know if it fits. It does. Maybe it's a gun this way. Why not, right? Or this way, it's crossbow. However way you want to do it, you can. I like it as the axe look. It fits this character. He looks like he should be bludgeoning other characters. This looks awesome down here, by the way, on the underarm. Very, very nice. Going down to the legs. Sculpt work nice on the hips. The back, just a lot of diecast content. You do, I guess, get emptiness back here. It's not like super hollow. It's just, it is what it is. It's hollow, but not, I don't know. It's hollow. It's not much to look at. But the sides have the wheels, sculpt work. How about I zoom out a little bit because this is getting a little nutty. Front, really nice looking legs. The shins look really good. I love these knees. Very, very cool knees with this grading. Really, really nice. And then you get down to the feet, and I like how they look as well. You know, it gives them a cool, like, monstrous look to it. And the bottoms of the feet are sculpted out too, so very cool. I don't know. This, like I said, evokes a very cool looking, like, fantasy, a rock creature feel. But then you got the wheels, and it just makes it look intriguing. And of course, you got this backpack thing here that's obviously the top of the car and the sides and the windows, but it's just a cool looking backpack. Oh yeah, I forgot. This comes out. There you go. There's a hole. That's why there was no hole. And I guess you could use it as something. I don't know what this would be. I don't know. Maybe like beams come out of here. I wish there was a hole on the side because this is a perfect shield. Like the way it is now, a not so perfect shield. You know what I'm saying? But once that is out of his back, you can take this one, I guess, and place it back there should you wish. But I gotta tell you, I don't like how the back looks empty like this, and I don't like how this part looks in his hand. So for me, this covers up all too nicely back here. It just makes a lot of sense. It looks good. So I'm good with it. I'm good with it back there. I guess it could go the other way too. I haven't really tried it, and it looks like, I don't know. I don't like how that looks. Yeah, that's not for me. The first way is the best way. There you go. So to me, that's the way to go with Magneous here. He's very, very cool looking, and I like it. It's a good one. It is a good one. As a fan of Rock Lords, as a fan of fantasy stuff, this guy wins. But wait just 1 minute, because these actually come off, as you can see here. And they do go on the back. I didn't realize that right away. I mean, you can put them on the back and cover up. Kind of like him on his arms, but that does two things. You're covering up the holes we talked about back here. And I think this is the proper way. It was actually in the instructions. I hadn't seen it. And then you have his arms freed up a little bit. But, I mean, his arms end up looking not as mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you care about covering that up, you can do that. We do open up his arms for maybe having something. Yeah. Now we get that shield that I'm talking about. So that's not so bad. And it also, you could use this down here. Oh, his arm came out of the socket, but that's because it's supposed to. You could do that. That's kind of cool. So yeah. Oh, I like this. All right, gang. What do you think? I think this is cool. This is definitely adds to the coolness factor and the playability of it. Makes it a little bit different. Either way, this is pretty neat. I like that these are. I didn't realize those came out, but yeah, he's an armorizer, guys. So there's things we could do with him. You know, even if we don't want to play with anybody else, we could use this as a little weapon too. So yeah, options are great. But this is the best part. I wanted a shield, and I got a shield. And for your size comparison, here is Magneous with Core Class Boulder Crash, as well as Scorponok from a Studio Series. And he goes really well with these two. I really like how the three of them look together. I feel like this is in the same universe. I don't know. It just looks like it's part of whatever is going on there for sure. So with that all said, there's only one thing left to do, and that's transform and roll out. And there you have it, Magneous in his vehicle mode. Very Rocky Mad Max-esque vehicle. It's pretty cool. I kind of like it. These rock formations here kind of look like flames on the side, which is excellent. The windows all like plated here look incredible. I love the silver trim on those. Even this up top here, it looks pretty good. It kind of, looks like, extra engine here that's blasting back. It's very, very nicely done. Now, transformation-wise, I did hit a snag when trying to put this stuff back. I was having a problem. I had to go back to directions and, like, realize that I didn't have the fists turned the right way. One little thing you miss in the directions can totally mess you up. I had no idea what was going on, so this definitely wanted to tell you that. Make sure your fists are facing downwards, so this the side of the fist will be covering that spot. I didn't even realize. I was just like, what the heck is going on here? But this looks really great. Look at the grill here, very nicely done. I like the wheels again over here. Everything looks really good. It rolls, which is nice. So everything is down in the right spot. I thought it was gonna get held up on these little things down here, but it doesn't. It's just below. The wheels are just below that. So that very much works. So I like this. I think it's really, really, really well done. And just to note, because I mentioned it in the Boulder Crash video at the beginning, right after the opening, but just to mention it again, just in case you didn't see that review, and I had already filmed the openings of that one and this one prior to getting into the meat and potatoes of everything. But just to clarify real quick where this stuff all comes from, first up, Rock Lords. One big influence here. Second up, there was an episode of the Japanese Headmaster cartoon where they land on a planet that has these rock-like creatures, rock-like robot creatures. So that's this as well. Infernac Universe, though, that is the part that is from Inhumanoids. There was an Infernac Universe that one of the characters comes from. So that's directly lifted from that. So a few different places for the influences on these guys. Just I want to clarify that a little bit better because it wasn't really clear in my opening. But I wasn't going to refilm the opening. I didn't feel like it. I didn't want to put this guy back in. Nor Boulder Crash. But yeah, there you go. Clarification. This looks cool though. I really do like it. And your comparison with Optimus, as always, is there. So very, very cool. I like the sizing. It is quite fantastic. So as I've been saying, this dude is also an armorizer, which means he could come apart, as you've seen in this video, and you know, become armor or power-ups or whatever for other figures. But before we totally do it, we do have to take this off anyway. I just wanted to like note, this is one of those things where I'm like, Hasbro, you were right there. It's fine up here, this thing, but maybe this is even cooler without it. And this like totally goes in here like perfectly and would still like would be flat enough where the wheels would turn. Yet, and look at this, there's like these little slots right there. How hard would it have been to like add some like little jutting out slots right there to attach? I don't get it. Sometimes these things are so right there, and I can't believe that, you know, Hasbro doesn't do it. Anywho, let's take off some things, shall we? Because we can take off these side panels. These are the ones on his arm that you can fill in the legs as well. So we have those. We already took off that. We could take off the top here. And then we could actually take off this entire bottom part. Right there. And right there. And as well as the arms, which we've seen already. So we have all of the parts that you could use. So let's bring in this animated Prime, which is the one it's showing to do this stuff with. It does have a bunch of holes to put stuff in, but I'm gonna tell you, it's doesn't work so well. I mean, we can put some of this stuff, but this is not the best Prime. You might have seen my Boulder Dash review, and it just didn't turn out so well. These kind of look okay, like kind of like claws, some clawed weapons. If I can find this stuff, there you go. So you got that. That's kind of cool. Now these things, the arms, it's showing you to put them here in some way. Like it's showing you to put it the other way, like this. But the arms just don't want to cooperate with me. I don't know if it's supposed to be in front of the wheel. It kind of works in front of the wheel. But on the side here, I guess it could work. Let's see. You just align everything. You know what? Sometimes the directions just are not your friend. And I was struggling to figure this out, but I think like this, it'll work the best. So I don't know if this is right or not, but I think it works. I think that could work. Then you got this. It's showing you to put it up here for some reason. Just one piece of armor there. And then this and the feet leg things, you could actually put together to form a bigger axe, which is kind of cool. Now, the only problem is Again, if you saw my Boulder Crash review, this guy doesn't hold things very well in these hands the way they are. He's doing it now, but it's like barely, yeah, it's gonna come out. See that? That's just poopy, honestly. It's just poopy. It's not good. What about this side? It barely stays in there. Like, that is the absolute worst. So, not good. Not good. He does have something on the back here, if you want to just give him some sort of crazy wing-looking thing, maybe? How about that? Let's see. I kind of like that. It won't. It's not going to stay there either, unfortunately. I don't know, man. You could do other things with it. Maybe put it in there. I don't know what you would do there. The rest of the body, it doesn't do anything. It has no purpose, from what I can tell. It's definitely not in the directions. It's just kind of purposeless. Like, it would have been cool if they made something out of it, but maybe that's just too much to ask. I don't know. There's no things that, like, pop into anywhere, so it is a big bummer. Yeah. This is what you can do. Best as I can do it, at least. I mean, throw this on the back, too, if you want. I don't know why you would. But it should go in there. I guess it kind of looks better on his arm. This, you know, it would be nice if this actually did what it was supposed to do, but these pop out a little bit here. I do like those, but I feel like it's kind of maybe would be cooler. Pop. Everything pops. This is a bad Transformer. I don't like this one. The more I hold on to this guy, the more I do not like him. I kind of like these up here. That's kind of cool. Gives it an interesting look. Legs on, the arms on his legs. I don't know. It's not so great. Honestly, it's not so great. Maybe there's some like really cool fan mods, but as far as what it's supposed to be doing, yeah, it's not so. I hate this Transformer. Oh my god, he's got to go. I don't care that he's the only animated Transformer in my collection. I don't even like this design that much. I digress. And my final thoughts, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? Robot mode is excellent. I love this. It really looks like a Rock Lord to me. It feels like it. It just evokes that whole thing, you know? So everything they're trying to go for with that, it works. The car mode is really nice too. I really like it. I think it's a cool, like, Mad Max-esque car. The armorizing part of it, the thing that's supposed to be the most fun and playable of it, sucks, in my opinion. I think it's horrible. I don't like it at all. At least with the stock Prime that is supposed to be on. And that might be the fault of the Prime just really being bad. But you know what? I don't care for it. This is so much cooler just on its own. And I'll leave it at that, because this is a cool robot just to get for that, and that's why I really wanted it more than anything, is that nostalgia of Rock Lords, and this does it. This does it for me. So there you go. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection with some Transformers. Till next time, peace out, peeps.